Welcome back to episode 7 of Rowaninski City. We are looking today at expanding the residential areas, and I'm going to be using something called a cul-de-sac. Another asset that I found on the workshop. I did also see Biffa, plays indie games, was using them as well. I thought, oh, interesting, let's give these a shot. So I've installed these as assets from the workshop, and I'm going to install a few of them. They come in several sizes: small, medium, large and XL. And here I am using the large version. I think as a cosmetic thing they look quite nice. They allow for a nice natural end to a road layout, and I'm going to use those in a group. They are quite common in some parts of the UK. And I thought to myself, why not? Let's have a look what these are like. Let's see how the residential houses that are placed around them build up and level up. And I thought at some point I will go back and revisit and just see how nice it actually looks, and probably try to beautify it somewhat. Unfortunately, those residents in that really nice area are going to suffer because the wastewater is nearby and they might not like the stink that is produced. But at some point I think I will change that. I might well move those at some point into their own dedicated area once I can expand up some more of the zones. My service area needs a bit of an expansion. I need some waste recycling areas because my city is full of crap. According to the little red and green and yellow circles on the right hand side of my screen, I am in need for some waste processing. Oh, small city, perfect. I've hit 11,000 people. What have I got? I've got some new roads that I can use. Looks quite interesting. There's monorail features there, cable car, interesting. So anyway, let's go back to sorting out this waste. So one thing I forgot to do was look at the toll booth. It's pretty busy, as you can see. So it's probably time now to see if I can enable the automatic toll booth elements, whatever it's called, the automated toll. I'll turn it on and let's see if the traffic starts flowing through there quicker. You can see that the cars in the lane which was second to the right hand side were stopping, but now the traffic seems to be flowing quite nicely, although I've got a seriously large amount of traffic all trying to go into the residential area. So there is something quirky going on with this roundabout. Traffic seems to be stopping there at a crossing, which is very annoying. So looking at the crossings, I have got them enabled, so let's turn those off and see if this improves. Bingo. No more cars pausing at the crossing. So to help the citizens of Rowaninski City, I'm going to add a few more pedestrian bridges in, and I want to see if I can get these people to come and cross the bridge. So far, not a single person has decided to take the bridge. Oh, damn it! I thought they were going to go up there, but instead they just walked straight through the concrete steps. Maybe I've got to move it back a bit. So currently I can see that the actual bridges, the steps of the bridges, are not actually on the pavement, although they just slightly go on. So do I need to extend the pavement underneath the bridges so people can see that that's a path? Whilst I wait to see if people are going to go over the bridge, I'm going to create a little parking lot for those people who want to use the metro. They can drive in and park their cars up and then whiz over using the metro to other metro stations. So using Traffic Manager, I'm just going to ensure that the people cannot cross at that new junction I've just created. So we get the traffic to fly through. Parking lot traffic needs to give way for entering the main roads. And now I'm going to say, right, you can cross there, not there, and not there. And this will mean, hopefully, they're going to cross using the pedestrian bridge. Oh. And it took about 5 minutes of the game on level 3 speed, and the pedestrians are now using the bridges. They are moving nice and swiftly over the bridges as expected, and the traffic no longer has to stop. So I'm very pleased with that. Over one of them only, it appears. So I want to create a train station for passenger services. As it turns out, this train station appears not to function. So I do end up replacing it at some point with the normal native game, or the vanilla version that comes with the game. Anyway, I also wanted to add an IT cluster. I have also from the Steam Workshop picked up a multi-storey car park, which I've also added to this area, and I do hope at some point I will go back to see if this actually works, rather than having to create a manual car parking lot. Time to have a quick look back at the farm. I've now got to level 2. So it gives me a few additional options within the farming area. Once I have the funds available, I have additional processing buildings that I can add to my farming area, like the flour mill, the cattle shed, So as long as you add these within the area, they will then become active. The flour mill is pretty good because it takes the crops and processes it into flour. At a later point you can then store that in a silo potentially, or a warehouse. Then you can add additional factories which don't have to be in the farming area, and they can then take that flour, for instance, and produce bread. Now I have seen, and it's probably a good idea, is that you have the processing in the area, you have some warehouses, you put them a bit further away, not in your areas which have got the resources, but near an area where you can add factories which can then do the processing, and then they can sell their goods to commercial areas. So looking at that little information panel, there is not enough crops, not enough raw material for the cattle shed. So if there's not enough crops, it can't make animal products. So I think that means you've got to add additional fields or a warehouse that can bring in raw materials like crops from outside the city. I don't know, but I'm going to give it a shot by adding some stuff. I'm going to go and quickly revisit the IT cluster area. I didn't actually complete this, but now I'm going to add it in. I'm going to add the offices. It's already set to be an IT cluster, I believe, and we can have a quick watch as it grows. So I've got a few new buildings that I can put in, so I've decided to add some new buildings to my service area to support my town. So a new hospital was put in place. Important for all my citizens to get good health care. So something else I've decided to add in is the Premier Inn Hotel. It only has a cost of 10 simoleons, or whatever they're called. And I'm going to stick one in. I'm creating a little area here at the moment which has got a shopping centre, and hopefully it's going to be the leisure location for the time being. So I'm going to leave that here for today. I have done quite a considerable amount of work. I've added industries, zones, additional assets, new services. It's quite a lot for this one video. So I should probably try to make it more targeted and shorter in future. Anyway, if you want to watch my videos in future, then please do click the subscribe and the bell notification. And if you like it, please click like and share where possible. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.